Hello, everyone. So there's this report on Sahara Reporters where they talk, and this is how the headline goes: Kaduna teen reveals family eat grass to survive amid Nigeria's economic crisis. And so they have a picture of him where he had gone to gather grasses that their people, that their family are going to feed with. The teenage boy shared that his family has been forced to rely on grass as substitute for food because they can no longer afford staple meals like spaghetti or rice. A heart-wrenching video has surfaced showing a teenage boy from the Banawa community in Kaduna State who is forced to gather grass meant for livestock as food for his family due to extreme poverty. The boy, who is estimated to be between 12 and 16 years old, is seen carrying a sack of grass from a farm. In his testimony, he reveals how his family has resorted to consuming grass due to unbearable hardship, highlighting the dire circumstances faced by his household. The boy, who spoke in Hausa language, explained, "We prepare the grass with Maggi, that's seasoning cube, and groundnut cake known as kuli kuli. It can be eaten alone or with these ingredients." The teenage boy shared that his family has been forced to rely on grass as a substitute for food because they can no longer afford staple meals like spaghetti or rice. In a poignant plea, he urged the government to intervene, saying, "We need palliative measures to help us and others survive Nigeria's harsh economy." His words highlight the devastating impact of poverty on vulnerable families and the need for urgent support. And I must say that uh, the plight of this boy is not, it's something that is so widespread that you find it unbelievable that there are so many people who can no longer feed and so many people who are going through so much hardship. And even when when they say that, oh, palliatives have been distributed, have been shared, unfortunately, some people connive and take these things away. And the most vulnerable among Nigerians who are in need of this palliative, they never even get them. Right now, we have people who are organizing protests to make the government understand the hardship that is going on in Nigeria. And you have people who are coming out to attack them, people who are coming out to say all sorts of things, uh, you know, uh, all manner of things. These people are coming out to tell this illegitimate government that, look, there's so much trouble in the land. There's trouble in the land. There's hunger in the land. There's hardship in the land. There's so much that is going on. But yet, instead of them to take responsibility for their actions, their policies, and things they've done that have destabilized the whole country, they're rather blaming, they're looking for scapegoats, they're refusing to take responsibility, and they're doing nothing. But one of the things is that an angry man, or is it the other way? A hungry man is an angry man. And when someone is hungry and they get to a place where they are fighting for their lives, you can't you you can't decide how they will behave or be the one to tell them how they will behave. The ones that are putting a date for protest and saying to you, look, things need to be done right, they are the least of the worry. The ones who one day are going to explode and are going to come after everyone are the ones that we should really be worried about. Because at the end of the day, every one of us, we are going to be their targets. Yes. That anger when it boils over. Because the hardship that people are going through. People have been thrown into so much poverty. Those of us that have money to buy data and talk on social media, those of us that can eat 3 square meals, those of us that can even beg other people, we are fortunate. I tell people the capacity that you have to even go on and make demand and have someone that you can even beg. Not a lot of people have that privilege. A lot of people have nobody that can borrow them money. A lot of people are in that situation where there is nothing, absolutely nothing. Imagine what it is for somebody to be feeding his or her family with grasses. Yes, with grasses. This was even have Maggie and Kuli to put. There was a time in Zamfara where they had showed the family. What she literally did was that she will carry them to go outside and they'll be plucking, little children, they will be plucking the grasses and eating. Do we understand the impact of all of this on Nigeria? In the next 10 years, we're going to have a good number of the population that are going to be stunted. They're going to have stunted growth. They're going to have stunted brain development. Their intelligence is going to be reduced because they didn't get the kind of food that they were supposed to get at the age that they were supposed to get them. Age 0 to 5 is very critical in the development of a human being. And so when you have this particular age, not being able to get the food that they're supposed to get, do we understand the impact? Do we understand the cost that is going to have on the economy of Nigeria? Do we understand the cost that is going to have on the country itself? Ah, Lord have mercy. Sometimes one just keeps, like you keep repeating yourself, you keep repeating yourself, you keep repeating yourself. I saw someone who did a message. As I was just talking about repeating myself, it was like, oh, you've been on Tinubu's issue. That's why you fell sick. Hope you don't die from the next sickness. And I say, for me, dying is a must. I will die. It's a must. That's the thing that is very certain in my life, is that I'm gonna die. And I asked him, I said, what about you? Since he thinks he's not going to die, he's going to perpetually remain on earth. So let him be there. When it's my time, I will go on. Then he can stay here and be watching over the crumbs that we've left over. People think this is about someone. When people are dying, people are going through so much. You think it's about some drug dealing a person who has been caught forging certificate, lying about schools he graduated for, who started a school that was not in existence when he said he started it. It's what the whole issue is all about. Well, for me, the thing I know about life is that Nigeria has capacity of dealing with anyone. It's done by its own Nigeria Limited. It's not Dangote now, the richest man in Africa, that is jumping up and down, that is shouting up and down. When Nigeria was happening to other people, he wasn't bothered. He thought it could never happen to him. I mean, a lot of people thought what is happening to Dangote now will not happen. I saw some people say, oh, no, government cannot do anything. You don't know how powerful government can be. That's why most times people are so lax in the kind of people that get into government. And they bring in anyhow people and they think they will pray their way out of it. Oh, God will save, God will be the one to save Nigeria. God will be the one to fix Nigeria. But every 4 years, you have opportunity to put in the right people to fix that Nigeria, and yet they refuse to. Anyway, like I said before, it's done by Turn Nigeria Limited.